One final game to bring you on Saturday night here at Coventry Stadium. It is the last remaining men's quarter-final between Australia and Samoa. Here they come. Nick Malouf leads out the Aussie Sevens. Samu Kerevi injured out of this match. No Corey Toole, he's on the bench, so Mark Wanganitawasi gets a start for Samoa. Look to Afasua, Maliko and Matavao, the co-captains. Scanlon and Onosai have scored 9 tries between them this tournament. Rick Hogan from New Zealand is your referee for this one. The winner will play South Africa in tomorrow morning's semi-final. Australia have beaten Samoa 3 times on the most recent World Series. But they've had a tricky tournament, a big 62-0 win to start their tournament against Jamaica, but then drew with Uganda and a narrow 2-point win over Kenya. Deirdre Roach gets us underway. Australia left to right, Samoa in their blue shirts, knock on from Samoa, so it'll be Aussie Sevens who set the scrum. Rob Vickerman alongside on commentary. Samoa are in form. You backing them here?
They're looking so good this tournament, Rupert. The way they've started their games has been sensational. A gripping 72% of all their points coming from the first half, and that's why Australia was celebrating so strongly, getting the ball back. That has spent hours preparing details as to how to combat the restart from Samoa, and now they get a chance to try and get Roach to pull the strings in the middle.
Samoa chasing still a first medal at a Commonwealth Games. Australia 5th on the Gold Coast 4 years ago. Would dearly love to be playing for the medals on finals day tomorrow. Dowling's been turned turtle and put on his backside. Good defensive work from Sione.
Sione with the old school DDT, pulling out a bit of WWF wrestling in his skill set.
I'm sure Matty Gonzalez thought that was completely legal, but Samoa will be able to kick to the sideline here. There's their record, 2 wins. Just the very narrow loss to New Zealand. They led that game by 17 points before the All Black Sevens came back.
And here it is. NFL Triple H, Stone Cold Stunner. Yeah, not good. That's dangerous.
I'm surprised that TMO didn't have a look at that one. That's not straight. From Paul Scanlon, bangs the ball on the floor. Australia will set a scrum on the 15-metre line. They are the London Sevens champions, Australia.
Good start, same thing.
Slightly off kilter though. You mentioned it, Rupert. Splendid start against Jamaica, then really struggled against Uganda. Should have lost. There's a kick to win the game for Uganda, the penalty. And then 7-5 it was against Kenya, which was a real battle. So they need to find their equilibrium again.
Gonzalez down the short side. He's got Josh Turner with him. Another heavy tackle coming in from Scanlon, trying to make up for that error at the line-out. Here's Deirdre Roach. Deirdre Roach, great feet and a long stride. He's eating up the meters. Scanlon, though, with a brilliant cover tackle. Copybook stuff from the Samoa number 10. And he comes away with it now as well. They've won back possession. Manu Samoa had 10 debutants when they returned to the World Series in Singapore back in April. And Brian Lima, their head coach, has done brilliant work with them. Matavao now. Here's Maliko. Leads the team in carries, offloads and tackles and line breaks. He does it all for Manu Samoa. Scanlon to Nue. Tries to put a bit of footwork on, and then coming on a sharp line with Steve Onosai. Real try-scoring threat for Samoa. Scanlon again. Drops it, but goes backwards. Matavao. Afasua just gets a little bit isolated, and Gonzalez does well. Here's Nathan Lawson for Australia. Wanganitawasi, the youngster, with a start. Here's his skipper. Good tackle on him again by Owen Nue. Here's Lawson again. And shoved back to the halfway line, but just buying themselves a little space here. Josh Turner, short ball to Gonzalez. It was forward, but they had the advantage. They'll go back for the penalty.
Oh, Turner giving the old hands out, appealing to the assistant referee. No chance. Definitely forward.
Take a step.
Can't complain with that one, but tell you what, already we're seeing some pretty big hits, some pretty impressive contests over the ball. These two teams going at it, know each other well. A wry smile from Josh Turner. Like how Australia are really challenging Samoa.
Let's go.
They play well, Australia, when they keep that ball off the floor. Their offloading game is strong.
And Matt Gonzalez gets it started. Here's Turner to Henry Hutchison. Been around the Aussie 7 scene for a good while now. Rookie of the season back in 2016 as a teenager.
Must stay up.
They get the penalty again. Here's Turner. Dietrich Roach shooting out of the line was Afasua. Nawanga Wasi gets the offload to Nathan Lawson, and he's in the corner. Haven't given it yet, and he slams the floor. Perhaps lost control.
A 101 Lawson of try scoring. Pretend you've scored it even if you haven't.
Behind it, checking try, yes or no.
So much in the body language. Here's the slap out. And that's meant he's lost it. Maliko, that is a worldie. Try saver extraordinaire. Oh, what a play.
Never give up on the chess. Mapelu Maliko.
Nick,
Yes.
have a decision.
Yes.
Ball is not grounded,
Yes.
and it's knocked backwards.
Yes.
So therefore, yes, scrum 5, attacking ball.
Okay, thank you.
Jackie Standard's out there on the field
No
as well.
try.
Yeah, as you said,
Lost
captain of
backwards.
Australia.
Touch
That
scrum,
was a prime
attacking
opportunity.
ball
They did
five.
everything right up until the final moment.
No, because we
Because
blew
it
the
went
whistle
backwards, there is
as the ball was
reprise.
lost, okay, to check the grounding.
They're just checking it.
Scrum.
Because it then technically is
Scrum
still in
yellow
play at
ball,
this point.
it was lost backwards,
Lawson's
the whistle
looking,
went
doesn't
to
quite
check-
get
no,
there.
no, to check the
Maliko slaps it out. That ball is still live. Still live. Wow.
Time on.
I mean, that could have been a real faux pas from Samoa.
Well, 2 chances for Australia to score that try. Got to credit Maliko with the tackle.
Set.
Gonzalez then that's the feed to the scrum. 5 minutes out. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Scoreless so far. The quarterfinal. Roach, long ball. Over to Nawanga Wasi. Flicks it back off the floor to Roach, and Matavao came in with a big hit for Samoa. Australia still have it somehow. Nawanga Wasi,
You're holding
this
him.
rookie in the team.
You're holding him.
Thought he had rights to run clear there, but it's penalty Samoa.
Oh, that is gamesmanship. Referee's called
Your player's holding him,
Josh
stopping him
Turner,
getting to you.
I think it was,
Your
holding
player's
the player past the point of contact. It's a real discreet play. Josh Turner, you see him over the top of the breakdown now. He's holding in the defender. That's slightly nuanced. I think he's part of the breakdown there. If you're part of the ruck, you can keep hold of him. If he's not, then you do have to let him go. Contest perhaps, but still this game remains 0-0. And so much rugby has been played.
Nick Hogan doesn't miss much the referee, does he? That was something you see players get away with all the time. There you go, repeating that stat you mentioned, Vic. 72% of their points have been scored in the first half. Remember to have that 17-0 lead against New Zealand, losing the game by 2. Turnover at the line out for the Aussie Sevens. Here's Dietrich Roach. And Corey Toole is off the bench. He's got searing pace, the ACT Brumby. Inside to Turner, it's gone forward. Again, opportunity missed for Australia. They can't keep missing these gilt-edged opportunities.
Oh, Penny, for your thoughts on that little transaction. The eyes of Josh Turner, Corey Toole on the outside. Not starting this guy, it's a big call, John Manetti. Master tactician, just not able to get that ball in front of Turner, overran it slightly, small part of the game, but another opportunity for Australia being left out there. That's 2 now, you don't get many against Samoa.
2 at least. Siren for half-time, turnover at the scrum for Australia. They've got it back again, Roach. Matavao coming in, trying to make a big hit again. Gonzalez, Hutchison now. He's got his captain, Malouf, to his right. Afasua goes in, tries the counter-ruck as well. Penalty, Samoa. Yeah, the player on the floor just holding onto the ball a bit too long. Hutchison, really good defensive work at the breakdown from Samoa. Can they score before half-time? Matavao decides to kick. Malouf herring back for Australia, but it's fallen into the hands of Samoa, goes forward. Australia now on the counter-attack. There was a ball went forward, but again, a player's been taken out off the ball, and Manu Samoa will have the penalty. Here's Afasua. Maliko. It'd be richly deserved if he could score a try after his defensive efforts in this game. Afasua.
Yeah,
Matavao. Just tripped down by
offside 3.
Turner. Offside again, Australia. And Afasua wants to go quickly. He's going to have to take it from the mark or directly behind. The crowd voiced their opinion.
I think I might join a boo on that one. That was on the fly, wasn't it? They just want to play. Referee wearing out the whistle at times, but he is meticulous.
All that fluidity this game. Matavao, he's a genius at that. Offloads the ball off the floor. That's gone forward, and that will be that for the first half. It will remain scoreless. A round of applause from the fans here at Coventry Stadium. They recognise the efforts of both of these teams. It remains in the balance between Australia and Samoa.
Way. So much effort been put in, yet the scores are still 0-0.
Different teams, but if you look through the history, Australia have won 2 bronze medal matches at Commonwealth Games against Samoa in '98 and 2014 in Glasgow. Back underway, second half. Matavao sends it high to the far side, didn't go the 10. Australia will get the free kick on the centre spot. More possession for the Aussie Sevens.
And that was a big play. Samoa have built their foundations this tournament on that restart to give it away straight away to a team who had a large proportion of possession in that first half. Will be an error, but it's up to Australia now to assess, look at their options and get their power plays in this game. Roach is the man to look for.
Still no Morris Longbottom for Australia. He's on the bench. Here's Hutchison. Cuts inside off his wing. Afasua puts him down.
He's never on
For the
it.
turnover, that was Falaniko. Malouf to Turner. Back inside to his captain. Afasua's tracked him all the way across field. Here's Corey Toole. Picks it up from the base, thinks about going himself, gives it to Roach. Here's Lawson now. Missed the chance in the first half. Gonzalez, lovely ball inside to Corey Toole. Brilliant step, stands in the tackle. One more pass might do it. The step from Gonzalez. Matty Gonzalez from the Eastwood Club in Sydney gets the first points of this Cup quarter-final.
Look how this try was built up. Toole started way out on the sideline, almost on the touchline. He finds his way infield. He's such a threat with ball in hand. Talking about the Australian offloading game, that's their strength. The Samoans are trying to defend those offloads, but trying to account for that second, third attacker is so difficult. And now Australia do bring out their boxer tricks off the sideline.
Dietrich Roach, an 81% goal kicker on the series, makes no mistake, they get the maximum. Great story, this guy, picked up by John Minetti. He used to coach at Eastwood in Sydney. He watched the Tokyo Olympics from his garage, did Matt Gonzalez. Fine finish.
And he's been replaced now, but Maurice Longbottom comes on. This guy is pretty special at sevens.
Yeah, timely intervention too from John Minetti. Right after you score, you bring on the creativity of Longbottom, but that restart from Roach, who's so good in that department, usually just hands possession back to Samoa.
Both of these teams clearly focused on that area to the point where the pressure's piled on. Samoa in no rush, taking a scrum. They're like a split attack, and that man with a ball in the hand, Matavao, can't miss him. He's got the red scrum hat on. He is the danger man.
He's played 15s and 7s for Samoa.
Crouch.
Pretty humble background.
Bind.
It's Malani Matabal.
6.
Here he goes. Off to the races. Good tackle from Hutchison. How did he get away from that scrum so quickly? Good chop tackle from Turner as well. Scanlon now tries to spin. Falaniko does really well to hold on to the ball. They got a penalty as well. Hutchison put his hands on the floor. You've got to support your own body weight. Maliko now. Lawson and Toole. Advantage was coming. It's going to be a card, I think.
Locked in. Locked in.
Nick Malouf, the captain.
Well, he's looking in disbelief. The crowd aren't necessarily agreeing with that one either. Not 10 metres has been the call.
We might get another look at it, but quickly, here it is.
So Malouf approaching the 22-metre line. I mean, in theory, no one in Australia there is anywhere near 10 metres. I can't say it's necessarily always the case in sevens. It's a loose 10 metres. That's a big call.
In a quarter-final, yes it is, Samoa with the power play. Here's Matavao. Can he unpick this Aussie defence? Heavy contact on Falaniko. And Australia win the penalty. How about the work from Nathan Lawson, making up for his missed chance in the first half big time.
That's where the slight bit of inexperience perhaps from Samoa, as incredible as they've been in this tournament, to know they've got a man up. Australia now going to use every single second of their 30 they're allotted from this restart. Kick it down, walk to the line out, absorb that sin-bin time. Samoa could have just took a little bit more face plates to build that up. We'll move on now. 2 minutes 30 approaching. There's still a lot to go in this game.
The pass, line-out throw from Longbottom to Turner, dangerous for Roach. Almost self-destructing there, Australia. Hutchison's shot to the floor. Here's Longbottom at scrum half again. Turner, they're going to kick again here. In behind Samoa, they had a sweeper back, a sort of mid-sweeper. It's Paul Scanlon, he'll get there first, but here comes Longbottom on the chase with Turner. He kicks in response.
Hold!
Extraordinary, you rarely see kicking games like this in rugby sevens. Offside Samoa, so works out well for Australia.
Well, very rarely you see two kicks in sevens, but essentially when the kick was made from Samoa, the person who kicked it has to put the rest of the players onside. So the choice now is you have a penalty there or a scrum where it was kicked from. Either way, the clock has been wound down. Big call from Samoa to kick that back downfield. It might well be a bad one.
Still playing with 6, Australia. Here's Corey Toole. Runs into a heavy double tackle. Now, we saw this earlier with Corey Toole.
Well, no, that's
Australia
a maul.
have engaged now.
Exactly. As soon as Roach touches it, it's a maul. Nick Hogan's been sticking to his book throughout this. He's got that one wrong. As soon as another player touches the maul, touches the play, it becomes a maul.
Yeah, this should be a maul and a decision with the scrum for Samoa. Don't have to wait for it to get to the sideline. Australia have almost let them have the ball there, and then Samoa have knocked it on.
Well, listen to this.
Yes, thank you.
I think that says it all. I get what the players are trying to do. In brief summary, as soon as two players from an attacking side are created in a ball above the floor, it's a maul. That was unplayable. It was a turnover. But we move on. At sevens, the action continues.
4. Sorry.
Big decision.
We'll just get these subs done.
Big
Just over here on
non-decision,
the
if you
5,
like.
lads.
Nick Malouf,
Kick 'em.
Australian captain, is back on the field.
Yep, we are now.
They have possession. They have a 7-point lead.
Sub.
A minute to go.
Let's go.
Listen to the crowd. Pretty obvious who the neutrals are supporting here. They want to see a comeback from Samoa. If they did score a converted try and it was level and regulation, it's a knockout game, we would go to golden point.
5. 6.
But Morris Longbottom can feed this scrum. Australia will manage the clock here. Back to Turner. And now Ben Dowling. Didn't start the game, he often does. Longbottom skips inside Matavao. Morris Longbottom, half break over his shoulder into the hands of Matavao. Brilliant intervention from the Manu Samoa scrum half.
Release!
A chance for Samoa here inside the final 30 seconds. Can they find 7 points? Here's the number 7 Matavao. Toole holding him up. A reload from Samoa on a side kicks. But getting back is Corey Toole for Australia. He's got the pace to get away. 5 seconds to go now. They can just almost walk this to the sideline. Hutchison sets up the breakdown. Toole dinks it over the sideline. The crowd voiced their opinion, but Australia won't mind a jot. They are into the semi-finals. Heartbreak for Matavao and Manu Samoa. Just one converted try was enough for Australia. A lovely moment there, Matt Gonzalez comforting Malani Matavao. That's what it's all about, folks. Australia progress. They are through to the last 4. They will play South Africa in the semi-finals. They have won this one by 7 points to 0.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it's still winning. Australia march on